Hello, Cancer. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your August 2021 tarot reading. So, let me say a happy belated birthday because I did not have readings in July, and so I apologize for that. Happy birthday to Cancer. I had planned on using these cards last month, but it wasn't possible. Well, at least we're doing it now. And I'll be using the Tarocchino Bolognese by Giuseppe Maria Mitelli. This deck, reproduced by Il Meneghello, was originally created in the late 17th century, 1660. All right, and then the other little deck that we'll use is the Tarot Florentine Minchiate, Leone, and from 1790. So this bigger deck was first created prior to tarot divination occurring. Of course, there was divination with other things, but not with tarot, so to speak. However, this little deck here, coming from the later time period, the late 1700s, this is when tarot started to become in vogue in terms of divination. And so it will be interesting to see how these two decks work together. Clearly they are very contrasting, I want to say. They're very different. This little deck looks like more like a block print type deck that someone of a modest income would be able to afford, right? It could probably be mass produced, at least in terms of mass production for the 18th century, right? And so it's very intriguing, there's just a quaintness about it, I think, to these images. Whereas this deck, these line drawings are more sophisticated. And of course, for example, custom-made decks or hand-painted decks would have been much more expensive and would have been decks made particularly for aristocracy of the time. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading, Cancer, with these interesting decks. I hope you enjoy them. Let's take a look. This is for my Cancer friends. My Cancer friends, what are the messages that we need to know for the sign of Cancer? All right, let's go with that. And let's see what the tarot has in store for you. All right, we have the Eight of Coins coming in right from the top. That really makes me happy to see because it suggests that there could be some financial stability for you right now. If not now, it could be coming in. And so excellent to see considering the circumstances for a lot of people. I'm just going to make note also that you'll notice that these cards have faces in them. So we really are going to stick to the term coins. We're not going to say pentacles. That was a later development by the occultists, the pentacle shape. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we have the 10 of coins coming in. All right, in the crossing position. Okay, that sort of adds a layer of complexity. Let's keep going. And we have the Seven of Rods. Okay, so we can see this is really like a more like, let's say, tarot, the Tarot de Marseille style deck, right? Seven of Rods. And the Fool. All right, wow, okay, very interesting. So here's what I am picking up. I mean, a very strong financial vibe coming in for you, Cancer. I think that you had a plan to eliminate some of the uncertainty in life, which makes a lot of sense. This could have been for your own well-being, and but also potentially also for others, how it's going to impact others, for example, like your family. I think you've come a long way with this 8 in making strides towards gaining more stability. I think you also realized potentially that you were going to have to take some risks, or perhaps try some things that were different, a little bit outside of your comfort zone. And that also could have been, let's say, creating a little bit of uncertainty or doubt, a little concern. You could have been thinking like, wow, am I going to be able to pull this thing off? How's it going to work? But with the 8 coming in on top, it suggests that everything is in fact moving in a fantastic direction. With the 10, it could be that you are just trying to seal the deal. And so you could be waiting for some sort of final contract, some final communication, some type of advancement, some type of monies that you were expecting to come in. I really am picking up finances. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. And now we have the 10 of rods coming in. Okay. So something indeed came to fruition. And I do feel that it does have to do with work. And now we have judgment coming in. All right. So very interesting that angel and sort of calling out over the whole little town below. So major arcana. Let's pull one more card. And it's the 6 of rods. Okay. So here's my feeling on this for you, Cancer. I'm picking up this, I'm hearing the term and I'm seeing it at the same time, and it's like it's along these lines. The road is open. Okay, the road is open. It is opening up for you. And it's because whatever I think was perhaps causing any issues for you in the past or any holdups, I think that you found a way to put those to rest or clear them out in some way. You know, I'm just going to clear that out. And by getting rid of those, it could even just be like thought processes. That's possible. But more likely, I feel actually also it might have to do with certain people. Okay, so there could be certain people that had to be moved out of the way. Okay, that might be one way to put it, in order for the road to open up for you. And I feel the road is opening. The path is going to clear for you. It might feel like it's very difficult to wait and have patience. And I'm just not sure how long I can wait for things to wrap up. And I'm getting a little bit, we might almost say like antsy here, or uncertain. Some uncertainty might be creeping in. But the tarot is saying, no, you did what you had to do. The road will be open. And now we have the 7 of Cups coming in. All of the cups have these lids on them. Okay, so we haven't seen too many of those. So I'll just mention that. That's not something special for this particular cup card. So 7 of Cups, again, another 7. The 5 of Coins, all right, very interesting, with some different looking figures. The figures, I have to say, in this particular card, it's a little hard to see them because, right, they're very rough images, but they look younger. I want to say they look like younger people to me, all right? I want to say that I feel from those 2 cards, I am picking up just this kind of underlying sense of uncertainty. And let me just say this, Um, wow, who would not feel that way under the current circumstances? I think there's even just globally this undercurrent of uncertainty going on because the news about what's happening in the world keeps changing. And at the same time, though, what I'm seeing, especially with this five, is that you are thinking about ways to be flexible and be able to shift and change regardless of what's going on outside. If that makes, uh, I was going to say, okay, if that makes sense. Let me rephrase that though. I think you're looking at ways to be flexible, which involves change, but the bottom line is that by being flexible, you will obtain security. Okay, wow, that was a little hard to articulate, but if you're resonating with this reading, I think you'll know what I mean. And it's really, I think, deals with resources and finances. Like, I have to have some different avenues available for me, despite whatever changes come about, because that flexibility is what is going to lead to stability. And I think that you can see that. I need to be flexible. Where can I be flexible? How can I be flexible? And despite whatever occurs. And that also kind of coordinates with that idea of youth, actually, really, the idea of flexibility, being able to kind of just go with something new, however it changes, adapting. That is really what survival is all about, right? Adapting. And I can see you thinking along those lines. That goes right along with this Wheel of Fortune coming in, right? So, despite the wheel turning, as it will, as it does in life, I can see you thinking about ways to, it's almost like, okay, so I'm hearing this, like ride this wave. All right, so some of you might be kind of looking at it that way. If you're not, you might think about that as an image, like, I'm going to ride this wave. I'm on the crest. I'm going to ride this wave. The wave is moving. Okay, the wave is moving, but I'm going to ride this crest and continue on my way on top. That's what I'm seeing for the Cancer folks. Now, this deck, we're going to pick 5 cards. It's not very many. And so I'm going to show you some of the deck because we're not going to get through too much of it. But for example, this is the Lover's card, all right, which is really quite interesting because there are no people, okay? But look at this image with the blindfold and the flaming heart, okay? So who knows what's going to happen with that? It's all up in the air, right? This would be Judgment. So let's take a look. So this would be Judgment. The card looks really different, right? So sometimes you just have to be able to sort of hone in on certain symbols like the horn, right? The trumpet, okay? Here we have Temperance. Okay, all right. So I think that gives you an idea about the deck. Here's the Knight of Swords. Let's go ahead and take a look for my Cancer friends. We'll just give it a quick shuffle. For my Cancer friends, 5 cards from the Tarocchino. 5 cards from the Tarocchino, please. 5 cards for the sign of Cancer. And it's the 8 of Cups, all right, beautiful to see. Really fits in with this reading so far, with the themes we've looked at, okay. And there is the Knight of Swords, which is just a really, for some reason, I keep picking that card, and I cannot see through these, I will tell you. So the 7 of Coins, all right, interesting. So we have, let's see, we have 7 of Rods, 7 of Cups, and the Seven of Coins coming in. So clearly, that theme, that particular theme is very strong, the seven. Let's continue on. Two more cards, please, for my Aries friends. For my Aries friends. Excuse me, Aries. I said Aries. Cancer, Cancer. Okay, we have the Death card coming in. For my Cancer friends. Cardinal Cancer. And the Eight of Rods. Okay, the Eight of Rods, and we have the Eight of Coins. All right, so I'm just trying to, I'm noticing the numbers because with this kind of a tarot deck, the numbers take on more emphasis, right? Because we don't have the same images as the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, and so really the Tarocchino is supporting the Celtic cross spread in just every way. So with the Eight of Cups and the Knight coming in, this is telling me, Cancer, that you are going to be remarkably emotionally strong throughout this entire period. I feel that you gain a lot of emotional strength by considering how certain things in life will impact other people, particularly family comes in, very important for Cancer folks. But thinking about other people, thinking about yourself as well, but what's best for you is going to be best for them as well. But I see you just gaining a lot of strength, emotional strength and stability, also by your contacts with these important people in your life. Is the doubt, does it exist, and is it there? Yes, it's there. It's kind of like I said, it's sort of an undercurrent. Look at the seven. These little guys in this seven, they're all kind of little goblins and just demonish kind of looking figures, faces. You know, this one sticking out his tongue, and so you know, I mean, it's indicative of how our minds can just so easily kind of revert into being worried and concerned and thinking negative thoughts. It's just so easy to do. But in your case, I feel that in the long run, things are going to, there's actually, I think, going to be a very drastic change for you. I feel that there will be a completion coming in with that Ten of Coins previously, but the end result here with the Eight of Rods, with this Eight of Rods, is that really everything is going to be okay. The fire is still burning here. The hearth remains. Even if it isn't the physical hearth, in fact, it's probably more important to say that it's the love. It's the strong love and the strong ties that you have socially. The strong ties socially, right? And this could be through family. It could be even throughout the whole community for some of you. But it is just like it's like a dome of protection. And so regardless of what happens, really, I really see with the Death card coming in that there's going to be very positive changes, especially too with the 10 coming in there, with the idea that the road is going to be open, with the idea of you're riding the crest of the wave. I feel that whatever occurs, whatever that change is that's coming in, and it's coming in, I think, for all of us. I don't think it's just in your case. It could be for many, many people. I see you remaining very, very secure. All right, Cancer, that's your reading for August 2021. Thank you so much for being here. As always, it's a pleasure and a privilege to read for you, and I will see you next time.